this video, I'm going to show you how to recognize the discrete and continuous fields in Tableau, how to recognize the measure and the dimension, and how to convert them. And there are some rules when you convert measure to dimension and dimension to measures. And I want you to remember those before you go and do the conversion. Let's get started. For this, I'm going to use the Superstore order table. I drag that table already here. Let's go to the page one. So here we can see there is a gray line between all this field and all the last 7 fields. It means from the discount till major details, those are the majors and those are the top ones before the gray line are the dimension. Now you may have noticed here those hash and the round globe sign, they're all green, and those ABC and another globe, they're all blue. It's because those greens indicate continuous and the blue indicate discrete. So in our case, we got all the dimensions discrete and almost all the measures are continuous. Now, there is a rule of thumb when it comes to major and when it comes to continuous and discrete. Suppose if I drag the cells continuous to any row or shelf, you see it is giving me an axis. So whenever it's a continuous, either it's a dimension or major, it will always give me a continuous axis. An axis. So continuous always gives me axis. Now, if I go here and pick one of the row ID, which is discrete dimension in this case, if I go here, you see it's asking me, should I add all the members? I will say yes. And this is giving me headers. So if I go here, it will do the same thing. It will give me header. So discrete always gives header. Now, if I click here on that triangle and it gives me the option convert to dimension because it's a major and convert to discrete. So let's do the convert to discrete from continuous major. So now the color has changed. It has become a blue color. So if I drag here, remember this is a discrete. That's why it's giving me a header. It's no longer giving me the axis. Now, if I convert it back to continuous, it gets back the color green. Now, if I go here and see, I want to convert this as continuous. This is a dimension. I can convert this as continuous. I drag it here. I get an axis. Over there, I get the same thing. Let's take the same one and convert it to major by right click and then drag this one to our row shelf. So this is a major right now. Before that it was continuous. So if you remember, okay, let me go back again and I will convert it to dimension the way it was before, and I grab it here and I all the numbers. That means it's giving me the header. Okay, now go back again and I will change it to major. Once I change it to major, it becomes continuous. So if I go here, it gives me an axis. If I want this to be a major but discrete, you can do it right here. You see the color change because it's discrete, so it's blue. We keep here, so here the discrete is giving me the header. So I think it's pretty clear that continuous gives me axis, discrete gives me header, no matter what it is. If it is a major or discrete, it does the same thing. You can also drag the order ID to here and see, it didn't work, okay. Drag the order ID. Okay, so in Tableau, desktop, if you drag this to here, oh, it worked here. Okay, so now it has become, the order ID has become major from dimension, and it became continuous. Okay, I will place it back where it was. Now, one thing we have to remember, if a data type of dimension or a major, I'm sorry, dimension is particularly string, which we can check right here, it's string, and you can see here you cannot convert that to continuous. That's one of the rule that we need to remember. If we click onto this one, at the same time you see there is an option you can convert to continuous, but the other one you could not, because there was no option, and there was the data type was string, and this one is number, so you can do it. You can convert it to continuous. Now, I would like to show you something how the measure works. So this is continuous. I convert it to discrete, so it will give me the header. Let's go back. Let's do quantity, continuous, and let's do the order date. So this is order date is discrete, and summary quantity is a continuous. So here you can convert it to continuous. Here it will give you by year continuous. If I go back, it will just give me the same thing, 14 to 17. Let's go back again. I'm sorry. And it is giving me both continuous, and here it's giving me the year discrete, sum quantity is continuous. So 2017 is 12,000. Here 2017 is 12,000. It's giving me the same thing. Now if I go back here and say discrete, what it's doing is, because it's discrete and it's a major discrete and it's a continuous dimension. Because it's continuous, it's giving me the axis. It's major discrete. Because it's discrete, it's giving me the headers. So it's still doing the same rules for the discrete and continuous. And for the major and dimension, the major is, as you can see, it's aggregating the number. So for this one, it is actually that. And for 2014, it will be 7581, 7,000. So this is aggregating, and what this is doing is, this is actually slicing all these numbers per year. That's all it's doing. So one more time, continuous create an axis, discrete create header, and dimension actually slices the data. In this case, it's slicing the data by year, and measure, it's actually aggregating the quantity. So all it's giving me is, it's the quantity aggregation by year. If I put this continuous, it's giving me axis now. If I do it discrete, now this is axis, this one is giving me header because it's discrete. Change it back. This is axis, this is also axis. Again, one more time. This one is a header, and this is axis. Now if I go back to do this, they both are axis here. Now if I click on click back and continuous and discrete, and I say don't show my header, it will not show my header. So in that case, you will see for the discrete year, it's actually showing you the header. But the number won't change, number will be the same. So if I go click back on continuous, this is quantity and this is 2014 7.5K, 2015 7.9, and vice versa. I'm sorry, and so on. All right. Now, there's one thing I would like to mention whenever you create all these graphs and charts. Sometimes it can be confusing the way I showed you. It's order date and product ID. I click all of them. This is discrete, discrete. Now, this is another example where if I do continuous, this is giving me access, this is giving me header. Now, if I flip it, I do discrete and I do, here you can see I cannot do continuous. Product ID always have to be dimension. Why? Because it's a string. Let's check it's true or not. It is a string. Yes. Okay. Now let's take something that we can convert to measure. Let's take state and let's do sales. Okay. So here, this is discrete. It's giving me the header. If I do continuous, it's giving me access, which doesn't look that good, but yeah, it does give me access. And this one still give me header. And state here is dimension. If you do measure, it can do a couple of things for you. It can either count distinct, it can count maximum, minimum. I'll do count distinct. So if I do count distinct here, you will see it's counting the state. So this many state are this year. I know it doesn't make that much sense graph wise, but it gives me an idea. Whenever it's continuous, it gives me access. Access. Now I put on discrete, it gives me the header. This one is still continuous, so it's axis. Now if I give that to a discrete, so this one give me header as well. And this number is actually sum. So district 44 state has this number. It doesn't make sense, but that's how it works. Whenever it comes to the continuous, measure, dimension, and discrete. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Please like and subscribe my video so that I can make more video to help you understand how Tableau pills or any other thing works. Thank you.